Black and White Network, we're actually going to be talking about LeBron James here on the Black and White Network channel. Now, this video isn't really directly LeBron James, but as you guys know, LeBron James pushed for a school in his hometown of Akron, Ohio called I Promise for at-risk youth. Now, I will give LeBron James credit for that he was actually trying to help his own community for at-risk children. However, I believe that there was misinformation out there when this school started that it was being funded by LeBron James. That is not the case. This is still a public school, so the taxpayers in Akron are actually supporting this school. But however, there is some huge controversy, folks, at this school now, as the principal of the school has now resigned. Why, you may ask? It is because this principal slapped one of the students in the mouth and left this kid bloody. And the parent of this child was very, very upset. So this is definitely a black eye to the school. And let's go ahead. Let's dive into this. Principal at LeBron James's elementary school resigns over slapping incident. And apparently, this actually happened, I believe, in September. However, I believe since she just now resigned, the world is starting to find out about what actually happened. But it says here, Brandy Davis, the first principal of the I Promise school championed by LeBron James in his native Akron, Ohio, has resigned after she was accused of slapping a student in the face. And this is Brandy Davis right here. You can actually see it right there on the screen if you're actually watching here on YouTube. It says here, a spokesperson for Akron Public Schools confirmed the news to the Akron Beacon Journal. Davis's resignation is a accumulation of an investigation that began in September when she was accused of slapping an 11-year-old boy in the face for swearing. At the time, the mother of the 11-year-old boy told the Beacon Journal that her son had a busted, bleeding lip. Wow. Which was severe considering he was wearing a mask at the time. Now, I am from the old school Black and White Network fans. I went to elementary school in the 1980s. Back in the 1980s, teachers were able to punish students by paddling them. And boy, the paddle struck fear into students. But nowadays, principals, teachers, they can't paddle anybody. And they never could slap a student in the face, at least during my time when I was a kid. That never happened. But she has now resigned. Just trying to give you you guys a little bit of a perspective what's going on now versus in my generation, 1980s. Even back then, you couldn't slap a student in the face. You couldn't. It goes on. The mother told the outlet that she asked the now former principal, quote, "Why would you put your hands on my child?" Quote, "We looked at you all as family," the mother said of the school at the time, noting that trust had been broken. The mother wanted the principal to lose her job. And now, of course, she has now lost her job, folks. The I Promise School is a joint venture between the LeBron James Foundation and Akron Public Schools that is now in its fourth school year. It is an elementary school designed to help at-risk kids. Now, it says the results of the investigation in Davis will be forwarded to the state of Ohio to determine if there are long-term ramifications for licensing. Now, this is pretty much assault right here. Now, I'm not going to say what the kid said was right at all. The kid was clearly wrong if he was actually using profanity, and he shouldn't have been doing that whatsoever. However, she still should have not put her hands on him, especially slapping him in the mouth and he's bleeding. That's pretty bad right there. This is definitely a bad look for the I Promise school. And these kids that go to this school, they're at risk. These are the kind of kids, that definitely need, I guess, more special attention. maybe their home life is not stable. And if they didn't have this school, they can actually be out on the street somewhere, really getting into trouble. But this is definitely a bad look. Haven't heard anything from LeBron James on this. But like I said, this is a public funded school still. It's a public school, but it's designed to help at-risk students. So there you have it, guys. The principal, Brandy Davis, that's her name is. Yes, Brandy Davis has now resigned after the slapping incident. I'm wondering if also if there's going to be any type of criminal charges that could be coming away, because this is a grown woman that essentially, punched a kid in the mouth, left him bloody. Definitely not a good look whatsoever. And she should have resigned. She really, really should have resigned. We'll keep you guys updated on what else becomes of this. Will there be criminal charges? Will she actually be in the teaching professional again? Not really sure at all. I'm very interested to see what LeBron James has to say about this, but I'm not sure if we're going to get a statement from him on this at all. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this, Black and White Network fans? LeBron James's I Promise School takes a hit. The principal resigns after slapping a student in the face, leaving him bloody with a bloody lip. The mother very, very upset, and she has every right to be upset. But however, the kid should not have said what he said, but he didn't deserve to get punched in the mouth, leaving him bloody. Anyway, guys, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.